Many of us hear about certain rituals or things that are done in order to bring us good luck. Ancient superstitions are still here with us after thousands of years, and the reason we might do them might shock you. If you claim to have absolutely none at all, you're probably lying. Other countries around the world might have some interesting traditions that we in the West might not truly understand. From the reasons for Friday the 13th being unlucky to avoiding that black cat, here are some of the most bizarre superstitions. Hey guys, how's it going? Are you ready for another mysterious American Eye video? Now make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. But first, quick shout out goes to Ishman for leaving us this comment about her thoughts on the Amazon. Thanks for your insight. Stay tuned for today's question for your chance to get featured. Number 14. Pregnancy traditions in China. It's a tradition in China for a man to carry a pregnant woman over burning hot coals while he's completely barefoot. All traditions and beliefs aside, this has to be a little bit dangerous and seems to put a pregnant woman in danger. Imagine if he accidentally fell or dropped her. It's believed that this tradition, though, will result in a successful labor. It's believed that everything a woman sees, feels, hears will somehow affect the child when it's born. While baby showers tend to mostly happen when a woman is pregnant in the US, women in China don't jinx anything. She waits until the child is actually born for the celebration. There are a large amount of superstitions that are followed to ensure a healthy baby. Some of these include avoiding shellfish, eating cold food, and also not touch anything with glue. The list goes on of things you're not supposed to do too. There are also strict rules about ridicule, or rumor has it, the baby will turn out like the one being made fun of. Number 13. Knock on wood. If somebody knowingly jinxed themselves, they might participate on knocking on wood, which has its origins dating back to the Celtics. During this time, they would often regard a tree as being connected to the gods. As trees would be knocked down by lightning, they assumed that it was a way of the gods trying to send them a text message. People would then knock on the tree and attempt to communicate with the unknown entities. As time went by, the superstition would evolve as preceding generations would make their own rules to it. Number 12. Hawaiian lava rocks. When visiting Hawaii, you might be tempted to bring home a rock that came from one of their famous volcanoes. However, you might want to approach with caution because these lava rocks could be cursed. According to Hawaiian mythology, the goddess named Pele lives on a volcano on the Big Island, and she's known for getting quite vengeful. Some think a tour guide made it up, but regretful tourists have mailed lava rocks that they stole back to the national park where they came from. They claim that their lives have been ruined ever since they made the decision to take one home. Number 11. What a dog. Here's what happens in India if they believe you are cursed among the already cursed people who you live with. This ceremony is supposed to relieve this woman of her horrible luck, and if she doesn't conform to it, she'll suffer a horrible fate upon her and her family. This ceremony is supposed to relieve this woman of her horrible luck, and if she doesn't conform to it, she'll suffer a horrible fate. Her only option is to marry this dog. The village elders order her to do this, but once it's over with, she should be able to find true love with a real person. The evil curse that she's been dealt with in life will be put on the dog instead, and from this photo, you can tell he's not really too happy about it. Number 10. Friday the 13th. Some feel as though the unluckiest of all days is Friday the 13th, and if you know about the Knights Templar, then you probably know why. After a while, the King of France, King Philip, found himself in debt to the powerful group, and on Friday the 13th, October 1307, he sent mercenaries to hunt them down on false accusations of heresy. There's bound to be at least one Friday the 13th each year, and it'll happen any month that begins on a Sunday. 13 has often been a number associated with the occult, but many cultures, including the Spanish and the Greeks, believe that Tuesday the 13th is the real unlucky day. Number 9. Alpaca Witnesses. Okay, Japan, you have some serious explaining to do here. A new craze in Japan apparently seems to be hiring furry alpacas to serve as witnesses to their wedding. Getting married is a serious expression of love, so what are these random alpacas doing at their wedding? Alpacas seem to be in great moods, and they'll never object to their friends' weddings. They won't make any lewd comments about the bride and her dress, and they certainly won't get too intoxicated while the couple is exchanging their vows. The animal is washed and well groomed before showing up, and almost seems to make a better candidate for a best man than your best friend. Number 8. Don't spill the salt. In modern times, salt is pretty accessible and easy to find, but in ancient times, salt was an extremely valuable mineral that was used for all kinds of stuff and worth its weight in gold. In fact, the term salary comes from the Roman word for salt, which is what Roman soldiers were paid with. During that time, salt was used to preserve food, give it taste, and used as an antiseptic. It was also so valuable that if you spilled salt, it was deemed as bad luck. Spilling salt would have meant that an evil entity was trying to steal your coveted supply. In order to appease the evil spirit, one must pick up a few grains of salt with the right hand and throw it over the left shoulder. The right hand was deemed as good, and the left was deemed as evil. In fact, the word for left in Latin brings about the modern-day word of sinister. Today, people still perform this superstition if they spill some common table salt. Number 7. Black cats. Many people think black cats might bring bad luck. So you have to wonder if this might actually be a witch who's transformed into a cat. Many different cultures have appreciated cats throughout history for their ability to eat rodents who spread disease. But if a cat was black, the same color as black magic, seeing one could be considered a bad omen. In 1486, 2 Dominican friars published an encyclopedia on demonology, which would be used to prosecute witches. Since cats were often cared for by old and lonely ladies on the streets during the Middle Ages, they would seem fit to be a companion of a witch. Some started believing that the cats were actually other witches who performed a spell to turn themselves into a black cat. This would give them the ability to walk the streets without causing too much suspicion. What do you guys think? Black cats equals bad luck? Let us know in the comment section. Number 6. Birthday superstition. Make sure you know the exact date of a German person's birthday before you congratulate them. The Germans are very particular about this and don't like it when someone wishes them a happy birthday unless it's actually their birthday. They're very serious about this and might even unfriend you for doing so. It's considered to be extremely bad luck to wish them a happy birthday even a minute before their birthday. It's also important to make eye contact while making a toast, or it's deemed as insincere. Some more unwritten rules about Germany: never give a woman a red rose unless you're interested in dating them romantically. Never give them white flowers, as those are typically reserved for graveyards. Germans are also very punctual, meaning that you don't want to show up late to an important event, such as a birthday party. Number 5. Japanese ghost apartments. We've brought up the dilemma before about moving into a home that might be haunted for a cheaper price. There is really no other country that's quite as superstitious about living somewhere that might have been haunted. An apartment that housed a person who lived a lonely life and passed away from a tragic incident can go for half the price than it usually would. Real estate agents are required to give away certain details about this kind of stuff. Also known as stigmatized houses, they usually have a dark past within the past 5 years. People who often take the reduced price in rent will report seeing ghosts. They're often occupied by Westerners who aren't afraid of ghosts, or by low-income people who don't have much of a choice. Number 4. Dream superstitions. We've all probably had a few crazy dreams before in our life and just brush it off like it wasn't a big deal. But in ancient Egypt, your dream had serious mystical importance, and every part about it had some kind of meaning. People would actually hire a priest after a dream in some occasions to help them comprehend what was going on in their mind. Some priests would have extensive dream comprehension training also. Bizarre things like seeing a large cat in your dreams could mean something such as a bountiful harvest was about to happen. If you saw the face of a leopard, it meant that he would soon be a powerful individual of a community. Some might arrange to sleep at a temple in order to receive a message from the gods while they were sleeping. Do you ever feel like your dreams might be able to answer some questions? Number 3. The rabbit's foot. You might want to bring your lucky rabbit's foot with you if you go to Las Vegas and try to win millions at the casinos. Rabbits are a good luck charm dating back to ancient times. With many civilizations having an appreciation for fertilization, no animal seems to get quite as lucky as much as the bunny. People seem to notice that rabbits could reproduce fairly quickly and effectively, and figured that if they owned any part of the rabbit, they could do so too. People started using the ears as a good luck charm, but eventually it evolved into being the foot. Number 2. The Horseshoe. The name of a famous casino in Las Vegas was once known as Binion's Horseshoe because of the superstitious beliefs that horseshoes bring good luck. This legend originated from a man named St. Dunstan in the 10th century. The legend goes that he was visited by a strange creature, possibly a demon, that wanted to have new hooves put on him. St. Dunstan then nailed the horseshoes onto the creature with such force that it never would return again. In order to scare away evil spirits, people began then hanging up horseshoes on their doors to keep them out. Others felt as though goblins who were stealing babies were afraid of metal like iron. But before we get to our number 1, tell us if you think you have any unique superstitions that might make you lucky. Share us your answer in the comments section and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. And number 1, the wedding ring. Does it ever seem strange that everyone always wears their wedding ring on their 4th finger of the left hand? Wearing a wedding ring seems like a superstition of its own, but why do people do this from around the world? Some people believe the origins of the wedding ring date back to the time when people would actually snatch their brides from neighboring tribes. It seemingly represents a shackle that people once put on their wives back in ancient times. But in any case, the ancient Egyptians once believed that a vein in this finger runs directly to the heart. So which one did you think was the most mysterious? Let us know in the comments section and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video.